Hey guys, it's Dana and Beth with Beautiful Nightmares.
And if you're coming from my video, you already know what this is going to be about.
Am I supposed to say it?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about teen suicide and bullying.
Which hits very close to home. Seeing as, well, high school was not fun for me. We had a classmate that decided he wanted my name to be something other than Beth. So he called me that when he came to school in like 5th grade, and then he moved away and came back like sophomore, freshman year. He had already lived here before you moved here, and then he moved, I think, before that or halfway through the year.
Who?
Marcus.
No.
And as the years in high school went by, I got more and more depressed, and I couldn't take it anymore. After everything from kindergarten, my last name being McDonald, 1st grade, 2nd grade, and 3rd grade, hey, can I get fries with that, McDonald? And are you related to Ronald McDonald because you red hair? No. And then in 4th grade, when I got glasses, hey, 4 eyes. And then it just progressed from there.
Oops. It's still going.
And it was sophomore year, I think, or was it junior?
It was sophomore.
Sophomore year, everything came to a head, and I let it slip to Dana that I couldn't take it anymore. And then she drugged me to both guidance counselors that we had in the school.
Which didn't do anything about it, which is a bunch of bullshit.
One of them actually tried.
No, they really didn't, otherwise it would have been taken care of.
Jacobson did. He didn't have a lot of authority or a lot of hearsay because he had already retired before that, and he came back. I actually talked to him this weekend. And then we went to the vice principal or the principal?
She's a vice principal.
Well, she was. She's no longer working there.
I know.
And then it ended up finally stopping.
After we went to her how many times?
Once.
Didn't you have to go back with Ryan?
No. You drugged me to one of the guidance counselors, Ryan took me to the other one, and then you took me to the principal, the vice principal.
Our school was horribly, horribly bad with not fixing problems like that. I think that it's a bunch of bullshit that they allow bullying from...
Well, they say they have a no bullying tolerance.
And they're supposed to get expelled or suspended or have ISS for it, but it doesn't ever happen unless it's something as drastic as a...
Fist fight
or a teenager telling somebody that they're going to try to kill themselves over it.
And I basically did say that. And Dana had even told them, and Ryan had told them, and nothing happened. And then, when it finally stopped, my bully actually messaged me on Facebook that he was sorry for me, and that I shouldn't have to deal with punks like this. And I think I talked a little bit about this before, or I went to record a video similar to this, and I deleted it. And basically that guy's followers that was helping bully me, they didn't know until like in the last year, and they came through. One of them came through, and he was drunk.
This was when she was still working at McDonald's.
And he said something along the lines of that the original bully was basically flirting with me. And I'm like, I don't count that as flirting, because he went about that the wrong way. No. And then he didn't know it at the time, but I had planned my suicide. I had planned everything. All I had left to do was write letters, write notes. And I had let it slip to Dana. And it pissed you off, didn't it, that they were doing that?
Yeah.
And with everything that happened, I'm actually surprised that out of 3 of them, the leader and his minion, and then an upperclassman minion, the 2 in our grade actually apologized. The upperclassman didn't do anything. And he didn't really say anything until after Dana and I had kind of sort of had a falling out, which I think I talked about on this channel.
Yeah. That video is called
Dana and I's Friendship.
Dana's and I's Friendship, and then I have a follow-up to it called Beth's and My Friendship.
Part 2. And, but it was junior year after we had a falling out, and it was the day after junior prom, and my dog had passed away. And then Monday, because it was Sunday when she passed away, and then Monday, I went to walk down the hall, and the upperclassman bully asked me what's wrong, because normally I have my bag up on my shoulder, my coat's still on, I'm up straight, keeping my head level, ignoring everybody, and that day I was just dragging my bag and dragging my coat behind me, and he's like, okay, this is weird, what's wrong? And I told him, my dog just died, just like that. And he goes, oh. And then I knew that it had gotten around to her, even though we weren't talking, it got around to her. And I knew that she was looking out for me and looking after me, even from a distance, because we weren't talking. If we had to sit like this, we would end up being on each end of the couch, and we'd force someone to sit in between us, or at least I would. Because I was angry. I was resentful. I was hurt. But we've overcome that. And she's my best friend. I knew I was making you feel like shit, so I decided I needed to hug you.
No, I'm sitting here trying not to fall asleep.
And then what ended up happening the last half of junior year, because it was right about this time that we had the falling out, and then in April my dog passed away, and she was watching out for me, and then September, August, and those months come along, and we go back to school, and that whole school year I was this close to walking up to the 2 bullies that have apologized to me since and going, okay, I need you guys to call me that once a week. You call me that more than once, I have every right to kick you in the balls or punch you in the face. And I almost did it, and I should have, because I didn't have a reason to throw myself into my homework. And so I ended up failing Honors Spanish 4. Yeah.
Not that it matters. She didn't go to college, so it doesn't look good on a college application.
Yeah, but I have, junior year I had, my high math levels and all that, so that would look good on a college application, but anyway, and then the day after, or the day of graduation, we started talking again, and the bullies kind of just stopped, and I think we, even though we weren't talking, I think when she would hear one of them pop off with something, either if it was at me or someone else, she got on them. She's even told me about a incident in English.
With an awesome teacher, her name is Dr. English. Yes. I had another friend that was in my English class with me, and we were both in sped classes because I have dyslexia. I'm not retarded by any means. I just have trouble spelling. But the same bully that bullied her decided to pop off and make fun of my other friend and tease her and pick on her. And one day I just had enough of it and I stood up in the middle of the class. And Dr. English's number one rule was no cussing because it's a very disrespectful thing to do. And I pretty much told him to shut the fuck up and that he needed to pick on somebody his own size and leave my other friend alone. And he turned around and asked if I would be the one to be willing to take the fire, and I said, yeah, bring it. I don't think you'll like me at the end of it.
Did he ever do that?
No.
People
that we went to school with are afraid of me.
She moved in from a shady part of Colorado to a small town, Nebraska.
Only because I lived in the ghetto part of Grand Junction.
You moved in from there to a small town in Nebraska where everyone is... We've grew up with each other. 8th grade, you come in and everyone's like, run away! And I'm like...
I looked like a little goth boy when I moved here because I had really short hair and wore nothing but guys' clothes.
Are you going to put up a picture or something?
If I can find one.
Just put up the picture that you found on your camera or your... Yeah.
I don't think... No, I don't think I have that in my computer. I'll have to find my drive. Is it on the floor?
I think so. My nose is running.
She got herself sick while being here in the last 24 hours.
I didn't mean to.
Okay, well, anyway. But I think that we'll put up contact information for the suicide hotline.
And if you guys want to talk to us about it or discuss things that are going on,
comment below and I'll send you my private email.
And if you have to, I think we still have Dana13, Beth13 at Gmail listed below or somewhere, and you can email that account, and we'll probably message you off of there or our own and get a hold of you so we can talk one-on-one without... That way we can help you through and tell you that there's light at the end of the road. It may seem dim, but you're just in a shady part of the forest.
Don't ever think that you're not wanted because somebody does love you.
And I know that if I weren't here and I would have done what I was planning on doing sophomore year, that I wouldn't have I wouldn't realize how much my siblings care about me and how much they mean to me.
By the way, within the last couple of years, she went from having 2 siblings to having 4.
Yeah. So.
And no, her 2 extra siblings were not naturally conceived by her mother.
They're not biologically my siblings, but they are biologically my family. They are blood relation.
Yeah. And they're little sweethearts. When they want to be.
They're evil.
They're evil little children.
Yes,
but they're adorable.
Yes, they are.
So don't be afraid to contact one of us. Hey, you have our email, Beth and Dana, and then you have our Snapchats. What else did you put on there?
Instagram.
You have our Instagram.
Contact us on any of those if you're having problems with anything. We will not tell you that violence is the answer. She just uses verbal threats and that said that she was going to convince or follow through with physical violence if necessary.
Nobody's ever actually seen me get violent, but if it comes to that, I do get violent.
Yeah.
I'm a pacifist. If that tells you anything. I don't actually fight.
She uses her words.
And it scares people.
She'd be a good debate lawyer. Especially because she'd scare the pants off of judges and everybody.
Yeah.
I just don't think she has the heart to go to college for that long. For that. And learn all that terminology. Yeah.
I wouldn't have a problem learning the terminology. I'm usually pretty good about law stuff. I don't like to put effort into stuff like that. Like, I'm having a hard time at work right now because I have to put too much effort into trying to become the assistant general manager. I'm a very laid back, going to be lazy person.
As you can tell.
Sorry, I don't put pants on unless I have to go to work.
Or go somewhere fancy.
Yeah, like a funeral.
Not even
Don't like those.
Not even to a fancy formal restaurant. She'll wear pajamas, and if they don't let her in, she'll go, I want food. I will stand here begging for food unless you let me in.
I like food.
We both like food.
But anyway, so I'll put the suicide hotline. Which side is it going to be on? That side? This side.
You can just put it up right here, right now.
Okay, well, it'll come up at the top of the screen. And then I'll also put it down so you guys can comment and everything. Don't be afraid to contact one of us.
We're here for you.
And if you have a friend...
We care about you. Everybody else, you may think nobody else cares about you, but we're here.
We may not actually know each other because we're on two different sides of the computer, but you know, we're here.
We can always get to know each other over the phone and things.
We love you.
I'm looking really creepy, but I don't care. All right.
If you guys have any friends that you know that need advice, don't be afraid to ask us for advice to give them advice.
Yeah, we're pretty good at knowing advice to give other people, even if we haven't been through 95% of the stuff.
Well, we hope you all have beautiful nightmares.
nightmares.